Hey fantastic you, welcome back, and if you're new to the channel, welcome, glad to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can be friends. Today I'm going to show you how to do a Narnia inspired card, a double door card is what I'll call it. So you can see I've already got it set up at the top of the screen and I've got a few pieces at the bottom are all ready to go. So to do this, the first thing you want to do, get your card, your main part of your card, get that ready. If you're going to do inserts, you can get those ready as well, but we're going to go to images. I'm going to type in door. And I want a specific door. There's lots to choose from. But I want one with cutouts so we can see quite a bit that's happening. So this is the one I picked, and you can see it's the same as the top. So first thing I'm going to do is ungroup. And we'll kind of resize it a bit. Let's do 3.75. For the height, I'm going to duplicate, because we need two of them. The cream color, the pink colored one at the back, that is your vellum paper. So duplicate that one as well. Not triple, double. So let's fix that. We're going to go back to our doors and we're going to grab one and flip it horizontally. And then they're all lined up. So get them lined up as close as possible. Zoom in if you need to. That looks pretty good. I'm going to unzoom. And holding on to both of them, we're going to go over to our card. And try and place them as best center as you can. If you need to, you can put your score line in. Just don't attach it yet. But you can get it centered and then you can eyeball what's going on a little better. So looking at it, it looks pretty good. So highlight the card and one of the doors, click slice. Highlight the other door and the card, click slice. So the dark part of the door, we're going to keep those because we want the door to be a different color than the card itself. The duplicates, we will not worry about those, but we are going to go into our card and we want to turn the outside of the doors on. You might have to fiddle around with this for a little bit. So I'm going to exit because it's not doing exactly what I want it to do. So now I'm going to come back in. There we go. So fiddle around with it, but you just want the screen openings to be there. Now we're going to go to shapes and we're going to scroll down to the bottom and we're going to get the half square. There it is there. I know it's hard to see. We're going to rotate it 90 degrees. And you want to make it just slightly bigger than the actual door itself. So we'll do 1.9. And you'll probably get away with 3.75. So you want to duplicate this, flip horizontally, get your score line, line that up with your card again, send your card to the back. Now line up your two little cut lines here, your half squares. Zoom in if you have to. You want to overlap so it makes like an eye. So see how I've got an eye there? Now holding the two of them, you're going to move them over to where the doors will be and just with your eyes line it up. So that's not too bad. We're just going to grab a score line. Make it 3.75. Duplicate, because we want two of them. And line those up on the outside of the door. So far nothing is attached. So remember that as you're moving things around, if you accidentally grab the wrong thing, you might have to fiddle and get stuff back to where you want it, but highlight everything and click attach. And then with your inserts, what I did on mine, so depending on what style you want, I just went and found some fairies and decided we'll have fairies behind the doors and sized them to go in behind the doorway so you can kind of see through it there and just get it centered, or not centered, in the correct spot on your card. So I'm going to get my stuff printed out. We'll put this together and hopefully it turns into a fantastic card. Here is everything cut out, printed. I went with a brown vinyl for the happy birthday. So I'm going to add that first. And it should work pretty good. Not 100% straight on there, but that's okay. So there, that part is done. Now let's put the doors together. So get your doors the right way, so they're going to line up, and take your piece of vellum and glue it onto the back is how we're going to do this. Now I am going to use my Craft Bond glue just because I find it works better. The clear glue just doesn't give a strong enough hold on it. Don't need big blobs of it. Making a bit of a mess, but that is okay. So let's get this lined up. I'm going to flip it over and press it down that way. Make sure everything's nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead, get the other one done, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay, my doors are dry. I did actually lay them under a heavy object just to keep the vellum from warping a bit. So now we're going to attach them to our card. So remember we have 2 score lines in there. So very gently, let's get those folded. Easier said than done. Let me grab my bone folder. There we go. You just don't want to fold it off the score line because that will just not look as good. So there's one done. There we go. There is the other one done. So get a nice fold in them. And we're just going to attach the doors to the front. And then that way when it opens up, you won't see the vellum as much. So it'll be somewhat hidden. So I had to pause there for a second. My vellum was sticking out just a little bit on the doors, so I had to trim it back. And I ended up trimming just a little bit extra off the doors so it fits nicer. But we're just going to do the same thing. Add glue to the one side, attach the doors, let it dry. So let's do one together and then I'll do the other one off camera. Okay. So the trickiest part is going to be lining it up. So you want the door to be able to open. So make sure you check that first, because if you have it too far over, you won't be able to open it. So I'll get the other one done as I said, and then only a couple more steps left. Okay, nice and dry. So we're going to flip it over. We're going to attach these ones. One, they get attached to each other. And then the back gets attached to that. So you can do it either way. Or whichever way that you want. That is no problem. So I'm going to apply my tape around the opening on this one. Close as possible. And I'll do a couple strips on here. That should be good. I put it on the wrong side. So let's get these two attached. Come on. Why is it all jammed up? There we go. Oh, it's barely working. Okay, it's just going to be difficult like that. There we go. Now let's see if I can get this working. Okay, it was all out of tape. So I got that fixed up. See, working perfectly now. Okay. We're going to get this lined up best we can. There we go. I'm just going to get the fold put in here. I forgot to do that. Getting ahead of myself. Then obviously the blank one will attach on that side. You could get your Cricut to write something, do the print and cut, handwrite it, whatever's gonna work. Okay, here is the card all done. I decided to bling it up and I added these jewels to be the door handles for our doors, but we've got the lovely pattern paper that I used, the simple font for the happy birthday, and again, whatever occasion the card is for, you can switch it up and then open up the doors and there's their picture. This card's obviously a fairy theme. Whatever theme that you're going for, that's what you're going to have behind your door. And then same when you open up the card. We've got another fairy. We got space to write down our message. Could have done different colors in there, but decided because I was printing, white would look the best. And I didn't go have a double-sided paper that I liked as much as I liked this one. I thought this one was going to look the nicest, very fairy-esque, if you will. But I think this card is fantastic. I'm very happy with it. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Until next time.